Welcome back to LFC Transfer Hub, your ultimate home for all things Liverpool. Today we've got huge transfer drama and breaking news.
Arne Slot salutes Liverpool character after yet another late show and dramatic win over Atletico Madrid in Champions League. Andy Robertson, give me the Puskas Award now. This is why I came to LFC Jeremy Frimpong on Atletico drama and start to season. Let's dive into Reds. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated. Arne Slot salutes Liverpool character after yet another late show and dramatic win over Atletico Madrid in Champions League. Alexander Isak was given his first start of the season. Diego Simeone was shown a red card after an exchange with a fan after Liverpool scored a late winner. Atleti boss hopes Liverpool take action against the fan and says, "I insulted him, but it was 90 minutes of being insulted." Arne Slot was left surprised by Alexander Isak's fitness after he made his Liverpool debut in their late 3-2 win against Atletico Madrid on Wednesday, but the Reds boss wouldn't confirm whether the striker would start against Everton in the Merseyside derby on Saturday. The £125 million British record signing was handed his first start for Liverpool as the Premier League champions let slip a 2-goal lead after efforts from Andy Robertson and Mo Salah were cancelled out by Marcos Llorente's double, before Virgil van Dijk headed home in the second minute of added time. In a disrupted pre-season, Isak did not play a part in Newcastle's summer preparations as he sought a move to Anfield. And the 25-year-old's only appearance of the season before Wednesday was an 18-minute cameo for Sweden against Kosovo. Asked if Isak's display had surprised him, Slot, who celebrated victory on his 47th birthday, said, "Particularly because I think in the 60 minutes he played, he seemed to be quite fit to me. So it wasn't as if, after 10 minutes, he was already very tired." Sponsored stories. Knee pain? This solution isn't from your doctor. Knee pain? This solution isn't from your doctor. Health news. Ruben Amorim accepts any decision as Man United worries deepen after heavy defeat in Manchester derby. Ruben Amorim accepts any decision as Man United worries deepen after heavy defeat in Manchester derby. Sky Sports. Japanese use this trick to reduce neck pain, it's genius. Japanese use this trick to reduce neck pain, it's genius. Darila.com. Nicky Butt interview, Scott McTominay proved Man United wrong but even class of 92 would struggle in this environment. Nicky Butt interview, Scott McTominay proved Man United wrong but even class of 92 would struggle in this environment. Sky Sports. He could just play at this level quite well, so that was the most positive thing, and that he can play football, and that he's a joy to watch. That is not a surprise to me, but he was maybe fitter than I expected. I was positively surprised by how fit he was. I was not surprised by the quality, but it is always nice to see when a player starts how he started. It was a good start, but only 60 minutes. Slot went on to say he was unsure whether Isak will start again on Saturday at Anfield against Merseyside rivals Everton, but added, "You can tell, Everton boss, David Moyes, he is not going to play 90 minutes. I'm really happy he could start today. That's why we didn't play him against Burnley. He was good today, and when Hugo Ekitike came in, he was a big factor also. We have two great number 9s and we're going to use them, both of them, throughout the whole period they're here." Slot lauds Liverpool mentality. Liverpool have made a habit of scoring late winners this season, most recently beating Burnley 1-0 in the Premier League thanks to Salah's 95th minute penalty and scoring on or after the 83rd minute in each of their games. What minute have Liverpool's winners come in their 5 games this season? Newcastle minus 100 minutes. Burnley minus 95 minutes. Atletico Madrid minus 92 minutes. Bournemouth minus 88 minutes. Arsenal minus 83 minutes. If you want to beat a team like Atletico, which is known and has an unbelievable mentality, you have to beat them with their own weapon as well, and that is mentality, Slot told TNT Sports. I think that's what we showed again today, that we can beat them also by mentality. But I think we should have made it easier for ourselves. Robertson, we need to make it easier. Meanwhile, Robertson, credited with the opener after Salah's 4th-minute free-kick deflected in off the defender, also felt his side's win should have been more comfortable. Obviously it's a great thing to have been able to keep going right to the end, but when you're 2-0 up and you're playing so well in the first half, it should have been a more comfortable night. On Isak's long-awaited debut, Robertson added, "I thought he was excellent. He's not really had a pre-season, not had a lot of games since last season, but I thought, especially the first half, he was excellent. Naturally he got tired, and then it's amazing to have a player like Hugo to come on, and both of them have got such quality." Carragher, Van Dijk to go down as Liverpool great. Jamie Carragher says Van Dijk should be remembered as one of Liverpool's greatest ever players, not just one of their greatest centre-backs after he scored the red stoppage time winner against Atletico. "I don't like describing Van Dijk as the best centre-back. At Liverpool, a lot of people get called legends because they've won the league or the Champions League," Carragher told CBS. "There are lots of them. But if you want to differentiate, and I call them giants of the club like Gerrard, Dalglish, Hansen, Barnes, Souness and Salah, the top 7 or 8 players at Liverpool, he is right in the middle of that. He's not at the bottom of the list, I can assure you. He will go down as one of the greatest players to ever play for Liverpool. Not one of the greatest centre-backs, one of the greatest players." Simeone, "Fan insulted me, I'm human." Atletico boss Diego Simeone was shown a red card after a heated exchange with a supporter behind his side's dugout. Stewards had to intervene in the flashpoint before Simeone was sent off by referee Maurizio Mariani. "They were shouting insults through the whole game from behind the bench, and I cannot say anything as I am a coach," the Argentinian said. "Obviously, my reaction is not justifiable, I insulted him. But it was 90 minutes of being insulted the whole time, then you turn around, when your opponent has scored, and they are still insulting you. It is not that easy." Simeone said he hoped the Anfield club would take action. "I hope that a team like Liverpool can improve that part," he added. "When they identify the person who did this, it should have its consequences. But the person who needs to stay calm and take the insults is me. In my place, you just have to take it." Simeone refused to be drawn on the exact nature of the insults, declining the opportunity to clarify his words post-match. "I am not really going to get into the exact nature of the insults. I don't want to get into that discussion," he said. "I know what went on behind the manager's bench. I cannot solve society's problems in one press conference. I have to live with it because it happens all the time. UEFA will await the referee's report before deciding on any possible sanctions following Simeone's red card." Andy Robertson, "Give me the Puskas Award now. I've not got a clue," admitted Andy Robertson of how his fortuitous opening goal for Liverpool against Atletico Madrid occurred. The Scotland captain benefited from a deflection off his body from a Mohamed Salah free-kick that beat Jan Oblak just 4 minutes into Wednesday night's Champions League clash at Anfield. The set-piece coach, for whatever reason, he said, "I was crucial to set pieces today, so I've taken it literally." Robertson told TNT Sports post-match. "I was just trying to get in the line of the keeper so he couldn't really see. It's a great finish, give me the Puskas Award now." Laughs. "Obviously I didn't know much about it, but it was a great start." The Reds powered into a 2-goal lead in the league phase clash just 2 minutes later as Salah exquisitely slotted home, having held off 3 defenders inside the box. However, the visitors have that deficit on the stroke of halftime through Marcos Llorente, and the same player received his share of luck late on when a volley hit Alexis Mac Allister and left Alisson Becker no chance. But for the 5th game in succession, Arne Slot's side produced a late salvo, this time through Virgil van Dijk as the number 4 met Dominic Soboslai's 92nd minute corner with a booming header in front of the cop. "We need to maybe get back to winning a bit simpler and a bit easier," said Robertson. "The assistant manager turned to me when Virgil put it in and said he's getting too old for it, so I can't imagine what the fans are like. Obviously it's a great thing to have, being able to keep going right to the end, but when you're 2-0 up and you've played so well in the first half, it should have been a more comfortable night." The match saw Alexander Isak make his Liverpool debut following a deadline day transfer from Newcastle United being completed. The striker featured for almost an hour before being replaced by Hugo Ekitike, as the Reds' summer recruits continue to integrate at the club. Robertson said, "I thought he was excellent. Obviously, he has not really had a pre-season, not had a lot of games since last season. But I thought, especially the first half, he was excellent. He naturally got tired, and then it's amazing to have a player like Hugo to come on. Both of them have got such quality. We've got a lot of new players, they have to settle in, playing with a big club like this is not easy. They've all really done well. They are the future, they are the ones who are going to take this club forward. They have shown glimpses so far and I'm sure they'll only get better. The visit of Atletico saw vice-captain Robertson named in Slot's starting 11 for the first time in 2025-26, having come on during the first half at Burnley in the preceding fixture. Asked about his approach to professionalism as he now competes with Milos Kerkez for opportunities, he said, "It's part and parcel of football. When you're at a club like Liverpool, you expect to be challenged every single season. Obviously, this one has been a bit different in terms of we've probably brought in somebody that is going to start. So that was a bit different for me, obviously a bit of a difficult summer, and then once I made my mind up, I committed to it. Obviously, I've only got a year left. I love playing with this club, I love being out there with the lads. I can help the lads as well. Obviously, getting the vice-captaincy this season has given me added responsibility as well. So, I've just kind of thrived on that. And once the games get going and there's more games, I believe I'll play enough football. I'm taking positives and looking forward to the season ahead. This is why I came to LFC Jeremy Frimpong on Atletico Drama and start the season. The incredible desire Liverpool displayed yet again in Wednesday's 3-2 win over Atletico Madrid was a big factor in Jeremy Frimpong joining the club. The fullback's start to life on Merseyside has seen his new team win 5 games on the bounce in the opening weeks, with late drama involved in all. On this latest occasion, against Spanish opposition in the Champions League, Virgil van Dijk produced the winner with 92 minutes on the clock to take the 3 points from the league phase opener. The skipper's heroics were required after a Marco Llorente brace cancelled a quick-fire double from Andy Robertson and Mohamed Salah that put the Reds 2-0 up inside 6 minutes. Afterwards, Frimpong spoke to Liverpool'S.com to offer his reaction to a dramatic night. Read on for the interview. Jeremy, very well done. How do you put into words a 5th game in a row with a late winner? It's part of football, sometimes you score in the last minute. I've had a lot of last-minute goals in my career so far, obviously with Leverkusen. But the most important thing is that we won. I think we deserved to win. We were the better team, played really well. When late goals happen that often, it's about more than luck, isn't it? It's about quality, perseverance, character. Exactly. In a match, you never know when you're going to score. Of course, in football you'd like to score earlier, but sometimes it doesn't work like that. Like I said, it's part of football. Sometimes you score late, sometimes you score early. It's just like that. It was such a great start from the team, so were the boys frustrated in the manner that it sort of slipped away from them? Of course. I feel like when you're 2-0 up, of course we want to keep the lead or score more. But it's the Champions League, we're playing Atletico Madrid, of course we can do better to stop it, but it's football. It feels like things are slowly starting to fall into shape as the link-up play is getting better, and a lot of that is with your good friend Florian Wirtz at the heart of that. How much more is there to come from him? He's just getting started. Obviously I've been with him for 4 years in Leverkusen, so I know what he can do. I'm seeing that. It's coming. There's a lot more to see from him. On a personal note, how much more is there to come from you and this group as a whole? I feel like we're doing good right now, we won all our games. Football is about winning. Of course we can play better, but at the end of the day if you play better and you lose, no one is going to care about that. So, football is about winning. Of course we can play better, but the most important thing is winning. To win trophies, you have to win. Of course play good as well, but you need to win and score goals. Just finally, in terms of the position that you're in, how pleased are you personally with the start the team has made?